Fo was a curious panda who lived in a bamboo forest. She loved to explore and try different types of bamboo, but she always searched for the tastiest and most delicious one. She had traveled all around the forest and tasted all sorts of bamboo, but she had never found one that was good enough to satisfy her. One day, Fo decided to go on a journey to find the best bamboo in the entire forest. She asked all the animals she met for recommendations, and they all pointed her in different directions. She wandered through the forest for days, but none of the bamboo she tasted was good enough. She felt a little disheartened and wondered if she would ever find what she was looking for. On the eighth day of her journey, Fo came across a small grove of bamboo that she had never seen before. The bamboo was taller and greener than any she had ever seen, and it was surrounded by a gentle stream that flowed peacefully. She approached the bamboo grove with a sense of curiosity, and as soon as she took a bite, she knew she had found what she had been looking for. The bamboo was crunchy and sweet, with a subtle hint of honey. Fo had never tasted anything like it before, and she knew she had finally found her food haven. She spent the rest of the day feasting on the delicious bamboo, and she felt happier than ever before. As the sun began to set, she curled up under the shade of the bamboo trees, feeling content and fulfilled. She knew that she would come back to this spot every day, and she fell asleep with a smile on her face, dreaming of all the adventures she would have in this magical bamboo grove. The next morning, Fo woke up feeling energized and ready to explore. She spent the day wandering around the forest, showing other pandas the magical bamboo grove she had found. They all marveled at the delicious bamboo, and they were amazed at how happy it made Fo. She felt proud to have discovered such a wonderful place, and she knew that she would always share it with others. Days turned into weeks, and Fo continued to explore the bamboo forest, always with a smile on her face and a bounce in her step. She made new friends, and they would often gather at the magical bamboo grove to feast and play together. Fo was never tired of the delicious bamboo, and she never got bored of the beauty of the bamboo forest. One day, Fo was wandering around the forest when she came across a group of pandas who were lost. They had wandered too far from their home, and they did not know how to get back. Fo knew the forest like the back of her paw, and she offered to help them find their way home. She led them through the forest, showing them all the best spots to find bamboo and pointing out the most beautiful sights. The lost pandas were amazed at how knowledgeable Fo was, and they were grateful for her help. When they finally reached their home, they thanked Fo and invited her to stay for dinner. Fo accepted their invitation, and they cooked her a delicious meal of bamboo shoots and steamed rice. She felt happy and content, knowing that she had made new friends and helped others in need. And so Fo continued to live happily ever after, always exploring and discovering new things in the bamboo forest, but knowing that she had already found the best spot to satisfy her appetite. She also knew that the greatest joy in life was only to discover the beauty of nature, but to share it with others. And as you drift off to sleep, you can imagine yourself wandering through that bamboo grove, feeling the peacefulness and content that Fo felt, and knowing that all your worries will fade as you fall into a deep and restful sleep, surrounded by a gentle rustling of bamboo leaves. Fo became well known in the forest for her adventurous spirit and her kindness towards others. She would often spend her days exploring the forest with her friends, discovering new bamboo groves and other hidden gems. As she grew older, Fo started to notice that she was no longer able to climb trees or run as fast as she used to. She felt sad at first, but then she realized that there was still so much to discover in the forest, even if she had to take things a little slower. Fo decided to start a school for young pandas, where she could share her knowledge of the forest and teach them all the things that she had learned over the years. She wanted to inspire them to explore and discover, just as she had done when she was young. The school became very popular, and young pandas from all over the forest came to learn from Fo. She taught them about the different types of bamboo and how to find the best spots for grazing. She also taught them about the other animals that lived in the forest and how to live in harmony with them. As the years went by, Fo became known as the wise old panda of the forest. She had taught so many young pandas and had inspired them to become explorers and adventurers, just like she had been when she was young. One day, as Fo was walking through the forest, she came across a young panda who was lost. The panda looked scared and confused, and Fo could see that he was very far from his home. She approached him and asked if he needed help. The young panda had told her that he had been out exploring the forest and had lost his way. Fo smiled and told him not to worry. She would help him find his home. Together they walked through the forest, Fo pointing out all the best spots to find bamboo, showing him the most beautiful sights. The young panda was amazed at how knowledgeable Fo was, and he felt grateful for her help. When they finally reached his home, the young panda thanked Fo and asked her how he could ever repay her. Fo smiled and said, "The best way to repay me is to explore the forest and discover all the things it has to offer. And when you're old like me, you can pass on your knowledge to the next generation of young pandas." The young panda nodded, and Fo knew that she had once again inspired another young panda to explore and discover the beauty of the forest. And so, Fo lived out the rest of her days, surrounded by the love and admiration of the young pandas she had taught. She knew that she had lived a full and happy life, and that she had made a difference in the lives of so many others. As you drift off to sleep, you can imagine yourself walking through the bamboo forest with Fo, learning about all the different types of bamboo and the other animals that call the forest home, and you can feel a sense of contentment, knowing that there is always something new to discover, even in the quietest and most peaceful places. The end.